apart from constituting that team, I also had an opportunity of going to Kakamega Referral Hospital, where during that particular time there were 11 admissions. I was able to stay and consult the families and those who were admitted in the hospital, and actually even at individual level, the Member of Parliament knows what I was able to do that day. And later on, I went to one of the families that had lost their loved ones to consult with the family and the community. Mr. Speaker, sir, the school was reopened after the multi-agency team confirmed that the school was safe for resumption of studies. The reopening was staggered between 8th and 12th May 2023 to allow the multi-agency team to give specialized medical scrutiny and counseling to the runners and their parents. The Form 4 students reported on 8th May 2023, the Form 3 students on 9th May 2023, the Form 2 students on 11th May 2023, and the Form 1 students on the 12th May 2023. Mr. Speaker, sir, as at 30th May 2023, 1,962 students had reported the school, 44 are yet to report, while 56 have applied for transfer to other schools. Mr. Speaker, sir, based partly on the consultations and the subsequent recommendations of the multi-agency team, the ministry has taken a raft of measures to allow for the resumption of running at the school. And firstly, the management of the school has since been changed because I found it necessary to change the board, and therefore I dissolved the board of management, and a new one was constituted after I did the necessary consultations with the Bishop of Kakamega Diocese. I had arranged a meeting with him and the local leadership, and we have a new board in place which was inaugurated on the 10th May 2023. Also, Honorable Speaker, I found it necessary to replace the former principal, so we now have a new principal in place, Sister Jane Mbone, who has been posted to the school with effect from the 15th April 2023. The purpose of these changes, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, is that the school leadership was to ensure that there was an acceptable leadership that could enjoy the support of the entire school community and the local leadership in working to resume normal school activities. Mr. Speaker, secondly, the following actions have been taken regarding the water supply to the school. As I went there on the 15th, I did request the means of water, and we have done the following. All the tanks at the school have been flushed out and cleaned. All water storage facilities have been properly cleaned and fitted with the new taps. The tanks are filled with clean and treated water that is routinely tested by the Lake Victoria North Water Development Authority and the Kenya Medical Research Institute. The water piping system has been designed and upgraded to avoid leakages. The ministry has operationalized a water purifier dispensing unit in the school. This has guaranteed access to safe drinking water, and Honorable Chair, the Honorable Member knows that on Saturday, the 27th, I was personally in Mukuma again to commission this water system, plus the water borehole that we have done for the school. Indeed, the cost of that water purifier machine is 6 million. The ministry has also sunk a new borehole in the school compound across the road. A pump has been installed and the water output is 8.12 cubic meters per minute. The supply is adequate for the school needs. The water spring supply system has been disconnected from the main water supply of the school because part of the problem we found out is that actually this water from the water stream was contaminated and hence is the one which caused the problem that we had in Mukumu gas. The third measure that we have taken as a ministry is that the contaminated food which was in the store amounting to 73 tons of cereals, maize and rice, and the beans, we did make an order for it to be destroyed, and I'm here to confirm that the contaminated food was destroyed at Pamburi Cement Factory in Mombasa under the supervision of the National Environment Management Authority. The Mombasa facility was used because the nearby facilities have small capacities and could have taken at least 70 days to destroy the volume in question. New suppliers, Honorable Speaker, have been procured to supply food stuff, and we are also ensuring that we are doing a proper checking to ensure that whatever food consumed in the school is of proper quality and does not have any such contamination. The kitchen, bakery, and dining hall have been refurbished. Painting and fitting of aluminium sheets on all dining hall tables have been realized. Food handlers are medically checked after every 4 months, and actually for now, even the time I went to the school on Saturday, I personally witnessed that they have been given certificates giving them a clean period of health to handle food from the public health personnel. So they have been tested and vaccinated against typhoid and issued with new uniforms. Mr. Speaker, sir, what I also realized in the school is that we have asbestos iron sheets almost all over the school, which is not so good. So government has given 10 million for the purposes of renovating dormitories and removing the asbestos roofs on some of the buildings to ensure that the runners are in a wood general environment that is clean and healthy. So there is 10 million that we have given this particular school. To avert the risk of potential consumption of contaminated food and water in schools, the ministry is in consultation with the Kenya Bureau of Standards to conduct regular food and water tests across schools in the country. And Mr. Speaker, the ministry also, together with Ministry of Health, the county government of Kakamega, and the other partners such as the Red Cross, has been providing counseling services to students, teachers, support staff, and parents in the school. The counseling services will remain in place to ensure the mental well-being of the runners and the general school community is actually done. And even me, the honorable member knows, when I was in the school on Saturday, part of what I did with the students is to sit down with them and create a confidence that from now on all is well. The other thing that we have done, Honorable Speaker, is that we now have a clinical officer and a nurse who is permanently employed in the school, such that small and minor ailments can be done at the school level, and they can also be able to identify it in good time so that we take the necessary remedial measures. The other thing that we have done, Honorable Speaker, and here to declare my interest in that particular school, which the honorable member knows, is that I also got away from Mukumu My wife is an alumni, so I normally look at the comments of the alumni of that particular school. We want Mukumu girls to reclaim its rustic glory, because this used to be the top school in the country, and as an extra count school last year with a mini score of 8.6, we wanted to do even better, and I have taken the following measures in order to ensure that the academic performance of this particular school is actually improved. The measures I've taken is that the ministry's quality assurance team has undertaken an assessment of the school and provided various specific recommendations to guide the school management, and this started on the 23rd of May, and we are going to make sure that indeed we have this one done, and I'm confident that the men and women that we have put in the board of diverse background, Ms. Mewa knows, in consultation with the local leadership, we have, among others, the former principal Moi Edoret, was in the team. We have the former principal of Nanyuki High School, a man who did very well in the team. We have Father Vincent as the chair of the board. So with the raft of measures that my quality assurance has recommended, as given here, we are sure that the school is in the upward trajectory. We are creating confidence among the parents, their students, and making sure that this particular school, in 1 year or two, it will be among the top schools in the country, the Honorable Speaker. And I have recommended what we are doing, particularly on this area of performance improvement, and for sure we are going to make sure that the performance of this school is improved. The multi-agency team remains in place to monitor the implementation of the recommendations and to ensure that the school fully returns to normal operations. The team has regular engagements with the school management and provides reports to the ministry. The last such meeting was held on Friday and Saturday, because when I was in the school on Saturday, we had a meeting with the regional commissioner and the entire multi-agency team. They did confirm to me that all measures which were supposed to have been taken, and I also had a meeting with the school board of management, where we were able to discuss that they should be able to have regular meetings in order to make sure that indeed nothing ever was wrong. And not only in Mukumu chairperson, Honorable Speaker, but in all our schools, we have been able to send a circular indicating what we expect in all our schools. Mr. Speaker, on the cost of treatment, I wish to inform the House that the Ministry, through the head welfare insurance policy, catered for the cost of treatment of the 109 students in various facilities that they were admitted to. The facilities in which they were treated include the Kakamega County General Teaching and Referral Hospital, the Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital, the Aga Khan Hospital Kisumu, the Kenyatta National Hospital, Rive Care Hospital, Pungoma, Oasis Hospital, Kakamega, and Medhill Hospital in Kisumu and Eldoret. The deceased families are entitled to a group life insurance compensation of Kenya shillings 400,000 per student from the EDUAF insurance policy, and we are following that. And in a few days' time, I'm sure that the 400,000 that, according to the policy, will be paid to the affected families. The ministry, through the regional and the county offices and the schools management, has provided guidance and support to the bereaved families in pursuing these claims, which I've said they should be paid any time from now. The requisite forms have been completed and forwarded for processing, and as a ministry, we are pursuing to ensure that expeditiously a payment to that effect is made. Lastly, whether the ministry intends to compensate families affected by the suspected contamination, Mr. Speaker, sir, as I have indicated, the ministry, through the head of insurance policy, pays the costs of treatment for the runners who fell sick following the contamination. The families of the deceased students, as I've said, will be paid 400,000 per student from the group life insurance cover as compensation. The ministry will also continue to provide psychosocial support for the affected families and also the students. Mr. Speaker, sir, these are the forms of compensation and support that the ministry is able to provide within the existing framework. And as I've said, this is something that as a ministry we take very, very seriously, Chairperson, Honorable Speaker, sorry, and each and every school I go to, and my senior officers, like yesterday I was in schools in Siaya. Those are some of the things that we make sure that we check to ensure that schools are able to comply and conform to the basic health requirements. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, sir, and honorable members. I so submit.
Thank you, CS. Honorable Kalwale, you, pursuant to Standing Order 51C7, you have a right to 2 supplementary questions. You may elect to ask them now, or you may elect to ask one. Allow your colleagues to ask supplementary questions, and thereafter you ask as the last person. What do you elect? To ask 2 supplementary questions at a go, or you ask one and then choose to be the last?